I think one of her strongest superpowers is her ability to listen. And she listens closely to people, she leans in, she really makes a connection. I think that's really what makes her stand out as not only as an elected official, but as a human being.
The Sioux is on the front line of both the threat of Trump's tariffs and what that's going to mean for job losses, but also the healthcare crisis in Ontario. We've got at least, I think it's 10,000 people still without a family doctor here in Sault Ste. Marie. And so we're going to be looking at, how we solve this. Hey, nice to see you. Thanks. Yeah. It's fun to be here. Yeah. Lots of people I know in Sault Ste. Marie, which is cool.
Do you remember last time we were in the Sioux and we arrived in that massive snowstorm?
Yes.
Thinking that because of it, nobody was going to, or it'd be like so hard to get out to the event, and the room was completely packed.
One of Marit's biggest strengths is she understands how to listen to people and include their ideas and perspectives in the collective in a way that makes us all stronger. That's not easy to do always. And she does it brilliantly.
The problem is that they're using all these other scenarios to trim the workforce quickly.
Yep. This all predates the tariffs, but they're using that as the excuse, and they're targeting the guys with most seniority because those are the ones that cost them the most. But in doing it,
And I think part of it is not just because she was such a tremendous school trustee and is a tremendous MPP and a leader, but I think part of it is because she's from Newfoundland. And if you live in Newfoundland, you realize the big challenges you face require the whole community to respond.
Je dirais que ces racines de terre neuve sont vraiment bien adaptées au nord de l'Ontario, où est-ce qu'on s'entraide, on se regarde dans les yeux, on se dit bonjour, toutes sortes de choses qui se passent dans le nord de l'Ontario parce que c'est la culture du nord, elle les a déjà. elle le fait déjà, ça fait partie de sa culture à elle aussi.
Back to the NDP when it was a CCM.
wow.
So we met Tommy Douglas, David Lewis, Stephen Lewis.
With the CCO.
Wow.
She's a very honest, dynamic lady, and she is wanting to do the things that Tommy Douglas wanted to do, to get to the roots of things, to get people hopeful, to get them excited, and to reach out to people.
She motivated us to continue door knocking, and although we didn't win, we built a really strong movement in the Sioux, and we're continuing with that momentum.
She's on the right path to bring us back, to move us forward, I should say.
So you're doing John Moore first thing.
Okay.
He wants to ask you, what are you hearing from people across the province? What are some of the things that you're going to be looking at when MPPs return to Queen's Park? And then he's going to ask you, what's on your summer playlist? So we drafted some points.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay, my playlist, I forgot about that. I have to look at my phone.
Please don't say something weirdly hip, everyone knows you're not listening to, I don't know, Chapel Roan.
Excuse me, I've listened to a lot of Chapel Roan this summer, actually.
What you see is what you get. She's the same person she is in Queen's Park as she is in a private conversation.
Who she is who she is. There's nothing made up. She's a real person with real experiences that has fought a long way to come to where she is today. And so if you know her, you know her.
She has a depth in her knowledge about policy, about issues, And that makes her, I think, extra special.
She was also a killer researcher. I mean, I have to say, who needs AI when you got Marit Stiles?
So, Marit Stiles, as you know, because she and I spoke about it on the show not long ago, is kind of running a campaign this summer. She is on tour. She is not kicking back and just taking it easy on a dock somewhere.
I want to take this story across the province. Because if he can do this in Dresden, he can do it anywhere.
There's a few things I want to make sure we're following up on. You know, everybody wants us to be fighting. They don't like this wait and see. Big message from the steelworkers, keep out the foreign steel. This move is an attempt to bully and silence trustees. That's what this whole tour is about, right? It's about listening to people's concerns, listening and finding the solutions, and then bringing communities together. Yeah, I take a lot of notes. I go through probably, I would say, one of these every couple months. You know, I'm going and I'm meeting with, you know, all kinds of people and seeing all kinds of things and learning about all kinds of things in one day. And you know, you've seen this with this government so many times. They pass a law, it's a bad law, and they end up having to repeal it.
Marit was relentless in protecting the Greenbelt and leading that fight. She was tenacious, she raised questions in question period, she led the charge in attending protests and organizing protests and speaking to the media and filing complaints with the Auditor General.
Should the housing minister's chief of staff be fired? Oh, yes.
She very quickly started making good trouble in Queen's Park. She's always the first one to call out the Ford government with facts. 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 Have you heard of facts? Yeah, and passion.
When the speaker asked me to leave the chamber.
NDP MPP Saul Mamakwa was thrown out of the legislature today.
He was ejected from the Ontario legislature after claiming Doug Ford is lying to First Nations.
It was Marit that stood with me and walked out with me. And I think that's the kind of leadership that we seek, that we have Marit there for. That's very important.
All right, well, continue enjoying your summer.
Thank you.
That is Marit Stiles, NDP leader of the opposition.
No summer playlist questions?
Summer playlist.
After all that scrutiny.
You know, I guess that's why I keep telling people too, as I'm getting out around the provinces, I do try to make sure that I remind people that it's not all dire, right? Like there is hope and there is opportunity in this moment.
This is another moment when people are ready for progressive ideas because the old ideas are failing. And the NDP in Ontario in the next election is going to have a chance, by providing real answers with a great leader in Marit Stiles, to say to people, we're ready to govern, we've got the leader who's ready to govern, and here's the ideas you've been waiting for.
Like this is the time to talk about investing in our communities, to build the infrastructure we need, to think about things a little differently and think about the role of government a little differently, right? We don't need to wait for another 4 years. It starts now. And I'm all in for Ontario, and I know you are all in for Ontario. So let's get it done, people. Let's build the movement that is going to defeat this government, and along the way, let's do great things. Let's be bold. Let's hope for more. Thank you so much, everybody.
How do you feel?
I was gonna say tired, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
I feel very touched. I feel very touched because, you know, honestly, like I get it. It's a real privilege to have people share like their ideas, their thoughts. Every time I go to an event like this, somebody gives me an envelope with things they've written down, like ideas to share or thoughts. And I don't even know what's in it yet, but I got one tonight, and that really touches me because it's like I feel like there's a lot of people who really see the opportunity. And they care deeply about each other. Oh, see, this is so interesting. I would not have known what she was going to write to me about. I had no idea. She's 87, and she's actually talking about, you know, how to involve music and art in making change. I mean, I have to read the whole thing, but it's really quite beautiful, actually, and I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I'm telling you, there's people have great ideas and a lot to contribute out there, and they just need somebody to listen and then take action. Yeah, cool.